Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Mavens. I'm Carson Green.
And I'm Annie Janes. You're listening to our Movie Mavens Diary.
Hell yeah. Annie, what have you been watching?
Well, probably the biggest thing that I've watched this week is the new Amazon show, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Okay, interesting. Wait, is this a remake of the movie?
I was curious if you had also watched this. This seems like something you would have clicked on.
Ooh, okay.
But this is co-created by Donald Glover and somebody else, I forget her name. And
Childish Gambino,
and has a lot of the team from his show Atlanta. But Donald Glover is Mr. Smith, and Maya Erskine from Pen 15 is Mrs. Smith.
Oh, wow.
And this is a show that, like, the only thing it's taking from the Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie film is that there is, like, a spy couple who's married.
Okay.
These two people don't know each other. They're, like, put in this group together. Like, they apply to this organization, which you know very little of. And then they are paired together to be husband and wife and do, like, spy shit, basically. And it has all the fun trappings of, like, the spy genre. Like, we're going to go to the Italian Alps and ski. And also we're going to do, like, a car chase in the windy roads of Lake Como. It has, like, all the classic spy tropes, but it's honestly more of a rom-com.
Interesting.
And like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, these two fall for each other. And it's the show is a lot of this juxtaposition of, like, people falling in love or developing relationship, and also their spies. Let me give you an example of what that could look like. In one episode, Maya, they're laying in bed, they're, like, sleeping, and Maya's character farts and pretends that it's, like, an intruder. And so they both, like, she, like, jumps up. She's like, what was that? And grabs her gun. He grabs his gun. They're running around the house. They're, like, going, like, clear in each room they walk in.
Shut up.
And then later in the show, like, that pays off. It's like things like that. Like the first time we got a fart in front of each other, or the ways that we annoy each other, how we chew our food. It's like mostly that. And then in the background, spy stuff, which I love spy stuff.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
Something ain't quite right about the show to me, because I'm often bored.
Oh.
And another thing that I don't love is that the relationship, like the pacing of it, I don't quite buy. Because the way they set the characters up, they are so opposed at the beginning. It just moves so quickly.
Yeah, okay.
And I will say, though, as the show goes on, I'm now 5 episodes in.
Wow.
Each episode has gotten, like, incrementally better. And what bothered me about the first 3 episodes, like, I'm not thinking about anymore as we get into the flow of what the show, like, kind of really is. Which seemingly, it seems to me like each episode is kind of like an adventure that they go on. And there are some, like, linking story elements.
That sounds fun.
I really think you should watch this.
Oh, okay.
I think you would get a kick out of it. I think it's kind of like an easy recommend.
Okay. Oh my God. Well, okay. You're better at watching TV than I am, because if I find something that I dislike in episodes 1, 2, I won't watch 3. You're a much better TV viewer, but you know what? I will give episode 1 a shot. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. I think the creative power behind it is, like, what kept me in. I'm like, this has to be good. Like, look at all these people involved. And it is good. It is good. So I recommend you check it out. I will say that, another big complaint I have, though.
Okay.
They are not letting Maya be funny.
She's hilarious.
She's hilarious. She is known for her humor, and she barely gets to shine. She's like borderline unlikable for a lot of the beginning. And there's like one funny moment she has where I was like, that's her right there. And it almost felt out of character. Like they're just not letting this girl be funny or something. I'm against that element as well. But really, overall, I'm having a good time. And I will report back when I've seen all the episodes because they dropped them all at once, which is kind of rare.
Yeah.
So I will report back once I finish them. But I do think you should check this out.
Okay. Say less. I will.
All right. What's something you've been watching?
Well, I watched this movie called Sweet East. That was it's the directorial debut for the I forget his name, but he's the cinematographer for the Safdie Bros. So he was the cinematographer on
Good Time?
Uncut Gems, yeah, and Good Times,
okay.
yeah. Okay, it's kind of like an adventure movie, but also like a coming of age, but also it has like farcical American politics, and there's also like touches of just like commentary on feminism, and it has Jacob Elordi as a side character. He's not the main character. Also, Io Adebri, and Deb. You know who I'm talking about.
Adebiri? I don't know how to say it correctly, but
thank you.
Yes.
And both of them are incredible. Obviously, they're amazing. But Annie, this movie is exactly what I wanted Beau is Afraid to be.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How so?
Okay, well, it's like Beau is Afraid attempted to say something, but we didn't even get close to what it was trying to say. I feel like we did not even like we broached the subject. We did not get anywhere close to the thesis statement. Whereas Sweet East just like it says it, and it says it in a really funny and playful way. And there's also some really shocking moments. Like there's really, really shocking, jarring shit that happens, but it's not like uncomfortable. And it's also not like making our characters look stupid or making us distrust our characters in any way. And it's an adventure movie. And like we go through so many different worlds. We go through so many different just I guess areas of life. And we see like the roles that our main character, this girl, the roles that women play in all kinds of different instances in society. And she gets to play them all on her grand adventure. And it's just like, oh, it's so good. It was really good. I loved it.
Ooh, okay. 2024 banger.
Yes, banger. It's called Sweet East. I don't think it's out yet. I think I saw an early screening of it, but
it is not
watch out
yet.
for it.
With this, is this like so good that you could see this showing up on a top 10 list?
I think no. I think it has a lot working against it. So it's a directorial debut. It has a brand new director. It also has Nazis in it.
Okay.
I just it has Simon Rex in it, also just like not great, doesn't have a great reputation. I don't know. I would be surprised if it got traction.
Would you put it on your list, like in the terms of how much you just loved the story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I could see it.
Mm-hmm. It looks like this is going to hit video on demand February 27th. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything about a theatrical release yet, or if it will. But I'm looking forward to it.
I was lucky to see it with an audience. It was a great experience. Yeah, I highly recommend.
Very cool. This is on my watch list for sure.
Truck, yeah. What else have you watched?
I was surprised by a new season of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
What?
Has begun. And it was so funny. It like the day before I opened Max, and there Larry David was staring me in my eyes, staring me down the eyes. The day before, I was like, I wonder when new Curb is coming, because the way that Curb feels to me, because the show is 12 seasons long, but it feels like literally Larry David has to have like enough instances of getting annoyed over the course of however many years that takes for him to make a season. Like a season will happen, it'll be done, it'll be dropped, and then 2 seasons will happen, and then years will go by, and then 2 more. That's kind of how it feels. This is allegedly the last one. And I watched the first episode. It's airing weekly. And I really liked it. Still great.
Okay.
Laughed out loud a few times. There's one particular scene that Larry's talking to someone, and they're like, you know what? I expected more from you. And Larry's response was, you know, I've expected more from myself for years, and you know, it's just not there.
Relatable.
There's a lot of relatability already in the first episode. So I'm enjoying it. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
Yeah. Quick shout out. What's something else you watched?
Well, I watched this movie called Out of Darkness. It is there's a lot to say about this movie. Okay,
is this a documentary, or am I getting confused?
No, it is not a documentary. However, I can see why that would be confusing, because it sounds like a documentary. The title does. No, okay, this is like a thriller about early humans, like 45,000 years ago. And they, this group, this like tribe of, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 people, they wash up on shore of this island, and they go searching for food and shelter. It's an incredibly simple premise. Incredibly simple.
Okay. Gotta survive, basically, I'm assuming.
Yes. However, we get a monster. We get the patriarchy immediately already in relation to menstruation.
Oh, like, wait, can you describe that? Is it like someone's bleeding and they're like...
You're mine now.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We get caveman. We find some cavemen.
Okay.
There's hella murder. There's like hella egos. There's sacrifices. And there's also, this was the craziest thing to me, there's also, they created a brand new language for this movie.
Wow. Like legit?
Yeah.
Not just like...
Yes.
Okay.
It's called Tola. What they were speaking was Tola. And the writer and director just like created it for this movie. It's so...
That's a big leap for such a small movie.
Yes. And like, okay, so it takes place like on one of the Scottish Isles. You can just tell it looks fucking cold, and like nothing is growing on this island. And also it's just like rolling hills, and it's so gorgeous, dude. Like an incredibly beautiful movie. I want to see more from this filmmaker. Again, it's very simple. Like it's a really simple premise. But I don't know. I was just like fascinated by this peek into literally just like human history. It was fun.
Okay, so good watch.
Yeah. It's like kind of more on the thriller side. Like there are definitely some jump scares and like some freakier moments, but it's not too scary to where like I couldn't recommend this.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, something else that I watched is The Holy Mountain.
What is that?
The Holy Mountain is a film by Alejandro Jodorowsky or Jodorowsky. He's like a Chilean French filmmaker. Now, this movie is from the 70s, 1973.
Okay.
And I watched it because I needed some inspiration for a work thing that I'm doing. And everyone at my work loves to talk about the Holy Mountain. And, you know, I've seen all the iconic imagery from the movie, and I've watched clips, but I've never actually watched the movie. So I said, I better watch this thing. And this movie is like on a lot of people's lists as like, I don't know, dude. Like, I wish there was a word I could point to, a single word to explain this. And there probably is, but you know, it's too deep in the brain for me to retrieve it right now. But it's like very profound to people, and it's super artsy.
Okay.
It like very, very art film. And
okay.
The way that you really know that is that there is every single bit of audio is ADR'd.
What does that mean?
Meaning ADR is like when you re-record the audio and dub over whatever the camera got on location. Now, fun fact, movies are like 80% ADR. Even when they're getting sound on location, they're still like re-recording just to get like perfect sound. But this was the 70s, and my guess is that they didn't even have a sound guy on location. That's my guess. And so they just dubbed over all of it, but it's just like very obvious, and it just was like a sore thumb to me. The whole movie was just, I just know that it's ADR'd. It's the 70s. The tech isn't that good. And it just really took me out of it. Sorry, everyone that loves this movie. Another instance of me shitting on something that everybody loves. But I'm glad I watched it. It's very trippy. It's very like cerebral.
Okay.
And let me give you an example of what is even a scene.
Okay, I just did a quick Google search and I see a lizard wearing a feather crown. I need to know about that.
So they're in like the city streets. This whole thing was shot in Mexico, I believe. And there's like a miniature like Mayan city built, and it's filled with lizards that are dressed up with little like headdresses. They're like Mayan. They're supposed to be probably like Mayans, I'm guessing. And then these men come in carrying frogs that have like crosses on them. And I think they're like colonizers or something. And they drop the frogs on this miniature, and then the frogs and the lizards have like a war. But it's an art film. They can't show these two creatures like fighting for real. So it's kind of just shots of like frogs jumping on lizards and around lizards. And then all of a sudden, like one of the temples like erupts in blood, and then everything's covered in blood. That's a weird scene. Another
interesting.
Yes. Another one. Our main character is kind of like a Christ-like figure. Two guys wearing Roman soldier outfits, costumes. They're also like all obese for some reason. It was a choice. That's why I bring this up. It was a choice. They carry this guy into this like factory looking place that's like filled with piles and piles of potatoes. And they start pouring this really nasty goo on him. There's a lot of goo in this movie. And essentially they make like a cast out of his body. I think he's like knocked out at the time. And he eventually, the Christ-like figure like busts out of the cast. And when he does, he realizes that they've made like a mold of him to look like Jesus Christ, like on a cross, like the figure, like the body figure of Jesus Christ. And there are like hundreds of copies of him as Jesus in this factory that he's in. He like wakes up to just like hundreds of Jesus copies of him, and then he starts like destroying them.
Okay.
And then where do we go from there? It's like that.
It sounds annoying, to be perfectly honest. It sounds like an annoying watch. I'm proud of you for getting through that.
Yeah, it's like an educational watch, you know? It's like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had to do some homework.
I had to do some homework.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, people love this, but I'm like... I'm curious what it is that really works for people.
Yeah, me too at this point.
Oh, man.
Oh,
well, what's something you've been watching?
Well, I also... Okay, do you remember that documentary from, God, maybe it was like early quarantine 2020, this documentary called Don't Fuck with Cats?
I remember it, but I never saw it.
Oh, okay. I think you should watch that. But that's not what I watched. I was hoping you had seen it because I watched a documentary very, very similar to it. I think that you would like both of these movies. Like really, really a lot. Okay, so that one's on Netflix. I watched one on Max that literally just came out like a few days ago called they called him Mostly Harmless. And okay, so it's about this guy who is doing the Appalachian Trail, and then he is found dead in his tent somewhere in Florida. So he made it all the way down to Florida, and then he passed away. But they didn't find any ID on him at all. And they like did a composite of his face. The police did, and they like tried to figure out who this guy was. They like sent out like a is this your loved one type of transmission, and no one was claiming him for like months and months. But there was a woman who met him on the trail and was like, oh, I know that guy. I met him. I don't know who he is, but excuse me, I know that he's a hiker and I've seen him before. And he went by the hiker name Mostly Harmless, which if you remember from Wild, when like hikers do these long through hikes, they're not called their name. They get like a hiker name. That's just like a fun story and then it sticks. And his thing was Mostly Harmless. And then like many, many, many more people came forward and they were like, oh my God, I met Mostly Harmless here. And I met Mostly Harmless here. And I have a photo of Mostly Harmless from this point in the trail. And I met him 3 months ago at this place. But nobody actually knows who this guy is. And Facebook sleuths get on the case.
Wow.
Yeah.
Our bravest warriors.
Literally our bravest warriors. Okay, I am so afraid of internet sleuths. Like, I'm never going to get in a fight on the internet for fear of what they might find. But it's really like it's crazy. It's a really crazy story, and it's a really well-made documentary. I highly, highly, highly recommend this for you specifically. Also, just to anyone out there who's looking for a new doc, I think they called it Mostly Harmless on Max.
I remember seeing this, and my interpretation was that he was a normal guy gone bad. Like, he turned into a killer because they called him Mostly Harmless. So it's interesting. Oh gosh, it is funny that like they need to know who this guy is and everyone knows him, but nobody actually knows his name because of some hiking tradition.
Yeah, no, and it's crazy. Well, he also was like, they find out that he's like, he worked in tech, and so seemingly he wanted to kind of like disappear, and so his like internet footprint is essentially erased. Whoa. Which is even crazier.
Yeah, that's like suspicious in a number of different ways. That's fascinating. I'll add it to the list. Yeah,
high key recommend. Have you watched anything else?
No.
Okay, let me tell you about one final movie that I watched. I watched The Talented Mr. Ripley.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen this?
No, it's on my list, but it's been like bumped higher because of the like Saltburn connections that people are talking about. Had you seen this before?
Yeah. No, I had never seen it before. I gotta say, it's incredibly entertaining. I could not look away from this movie. I was like, oh my God, when did Matt Damon become a sex symbol? Why am I so attracted to literally Matt Damon right now?
They said it couldn't be done.
But it's wild, dude. It's a crazy story. Sincerely a crazy story. I do get a lot of Saltburn vibes. In fact, an incredible amount. There are huge differences between the two, though. Namely, so Talented Mr. Ripley takes place in Italy, and we're kind of playing a game of cat and mouse, a la like Catch Me If You Can. Whereas Saltburn, of course, like takes place at Saltburn, and there's no real like running around. But yeah, I mean, it's about power and obsession and love, I guess. And it's really powerful story. It's really weird and strange. I don't think that it like builds as well as Saltburn does. It feels like one moment we're just like hanging out and just kind of getting to know the characters, and then the next, like, it just escalates really quickly.
Okay. Whereas Saltburn, there's a lot of hanging out.
Yes, there's a lot of hanging out, and there's a lot of like really, really getting to know our characters, really, really like getting inside of their past and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Whereas with Talented Mr. Ripley, we don't really get a lot of his past. I don't know. It's that, like, yeah, there's a lot of things that are similar and a lot of things that are different, but it is extremely entertaining. Also, oh my God, Philip Seymour Hoffman is so fucking good
at acting.
He is literally like a talent of a generation. Ugh. Sincerely, what the fuck?
He is so good. It's crazy.
It really is so crazy. I mean, this movie is up there in terms of Philip Seymour Hoffman performances for me. He was so good. Yeah.
I need to watch this.
I think you should, dude. Like, literally, it's a really good, like, winding down into the night, have a glass of wine, like, let's put on something that's highly entertaining. This is going to be it.
Okay, I'd love to be entertained.
Honestly, same.
Absolutely love it.
Okay, well, that's it. If you have any recommendations for next week's diary, send us a DM on Instagram at Movie Mavens, or send us an email at moviemavenspodcast@gmail.com. And that's it. Movie Mavens all the way out.